Hello all and welcome to the in-depth review of the Krytac Trident CRB M4 AEG. In this video I'll be reviewing this weapon section by section, pointing out the different features and parts as well as the pros and the cons. Now for those of you that don't know, Krytac is the Airsoft subsidiary of KRISS Arms. Yes, the same people that make the real steel Vector. Whilst I've known about Krytac and their great quality AEGs for a while, it wasn't until a few weeks ago that they have begun launching their AEG range in the UK. I got one today on the 22nd of May 2015 to bring you this review. So with that, let's crack on with it. When purchased, the AEG will come in a fairly plain cardboard box with the Krytac signature octopus logo and the words Krytac written in large on the front. To open the box, simply pull the two tabs and lift the cover to reveal an upper foam padding. Remove this to reveal the AEG and all the accessories. Inside the box you will find the following: the front sight, the rear sights, a single high cap magazine, an Allen wrench, a cleaning rod, the paperwork which includes the manual, warranty card, more warranty information and a Krytac sticker. And finally, the Krytac Trident CRB AEG itself. We start this review from the front handguard. It has a 10-inch metal keymod rail compatible system with Virginia Beach, USA written on the side. The rail can be removed by undoing these two screws and then sliding it off. It has further underside keymod slots too. At the front end we also have the flash hider, and at the top the Picatinny monolithic rail which is numbered. Onto the upper receiver which is made from full aluminium. The monolithic rail on the top continues to the rear charging handle. On this side we also have the bolt release catch which is functional and works. We then have the fake forward assist button which does nothing, and pulling the charging handle back locks back the bolt cover, revealing the hop-up adjustment. The lower receiver of this AEG is made from aluminium as well. It has the Krytac logo stamped into it just above the magwell on the left hand side of the weapon. We then have the ambidextrous fire selector which has safe, semi and auto modes. The pistol grip is one of the disappointing parts of the gun. It has an untextured finish that makes it look cheap, though the motor plate is vented to help keep the motor cool. Finally, it has a standard metal trigger and trigger guard which has a slight V shape to it to accommodate gloved hands. On the other side, the only thing to note is the magazine release catch, and as previously mentioned, the ambidextrous fire selector which feels a little stiffer on this side to move. The stock of the AEG is a unique crane stock by Krytac made entirely of plastic. It has 6 extendable positions and is moved by the use of the lever below the stock. On top is a hole in which there are engraved numberings for each position. It has ambidextrous sling mounts on the buffer tube, QD sling mounts on both sides and a flat hole for slings. To access the battery compartment, simply depress the textured rubbered part of the stock and pull the butt plate off to reveal the battery connector. Normally it comes fitted with a mini Tamiya plug, but this AEG has had its changed to a Dean's collector by my local Airsoft shop. As you can see, there is plenty of space within the stock for large crane type batteries. To put the cover back on, simply hook the top part of the butt plate in first before clipping it back in place. The supplied magazine is a normal bog standard M4 Tokyo Marui compatible magazine. As with all high cap magazines, it has a trap door at the top to load the BBs and a winding wheel at the bottom. As previously mentioned, to access the hop-up you must first pull the charging handle back to reveal it. The hop-up is a wheel type hop and is numbered so you can make precise adjustments based on the BBs you are using, and it clicks into place so that it holds its position and doesn't move when you're using it. The rear sights have adjustments for elevation by turning this wheel and windage by turning this wheel. Unfortunately it's made from both metal and plastic. The front sight is a simple leaf sight. Now onto the internals of this gun. In order to open it you must first use a 2.5mm Allen key to undo this screw in the lower receiver. Once removed, push the pin out on the other side and slide the upper receiver from the AEG's lower. This allows you to access the inner barrel and the hop-up chamber. Something that disappointed me was that the hop-up chamber is made from plastic. The gearbox itself appears to be of high quality with Krytac stamped onto the side and individually numbered. Unlike other Krytac gearboxes though, this appears to be a plain silver one. Most I've seen on Google and other places, including Krytac's own website, show it to be of a golden colour. Furthermore, the gearbox has a quick access spring guide so you can easily change and remove the spring without having to fully open the gearbox, and there is a built-in MOSFET into the gearbox casing itself. To reassemble this AEG, simply slide the upper receiver back over onto the lower receiver, then replace the pin back through the two bodies, and then put the screw back in the other side to secure it in place. So on to the downsides of this AEG. For starters, the pistol grip. It feels and looks like cheap plastic, as if it belonged on a cheap L-peg instead of an expensive AEG, and I will probably be replacing this as soon as possible. The worst thing about this AEG though is this, the flash hider, made from cheap feeling and cheap looking plastic. Fortunately, any normal 14mm counterclockwise flash hider will fit. To replace it, simply remove the handguard rail as previously discussed. Undo this small tiny grub nut below the flash hider first before twisting it off in a clockwise direction. Be mindful that Krytac have glued this in place. I ended up destroying mine in order to remove it and replaced it with a generic metal one for now. Still, it is better than having to deal with this all the time as a legal requirement to our friends across the pond. So there you have it, the Krytac Trident CRB M4 AEG. Great AEG straight out of the box, with a few cons here and there, notably the use of cheap plastics. If you do buy this AEG, I recommend you get a few key mod rail mounts for your accessories. I won't be doing another video on this AEG, as there's plenty of disassembly and assembly videos on YouTube on M4s. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Like it if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. If you have any questions, queries or comments, please use the comment section down below and I'll try and answer them. Once again, thank you very much.